Hey, hi, my name is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Every day I do a vlog. I'm doing one for 1,000 days, so if you're not subscribed, a subscribe would be awesome. So thank you so much. Every day is something uniquely different, and today, why is it the hardest things that we have to do yield sometimes the best results? And that is life, isn't it? Right there. It really is. So sometimes if we're in a relationship and it's not working out, it's tough to say goodbye to that relationship. It's tough to move on from that. It's not easy to move on from it, but necessary. And yet the peace that can follow afterwards is overwhelming, I think, sometimes. If you've had an extended period of time in your life which has been difficult, especially a shared experience with somebody which has been difficult, then getting to that peaceful place, gosh, it's a radical change. You can feel like the entire world is lifted off your shoulders, and you can feel like you're getting back to you. And that's something that's very, very precious and very worth the struggle. Now, it's difficult though. It's transitioning from the awful situation that you're in, the painful place, to a happy place. Being happy, being able to smile, to look up at the sun and just feel free. There's nothing like it. Nobody gets into a relationship expecting that, of course. You don't. You expect all the happiness and the shared experiences and the good things that can flow from that. And if that happens, that's great. And if it continues to happen, that is great. And when it doesn't happen, that's when things aren't so great. So coming through that very, very anxious time to a place where you are happy, yeah, it can be difficult. Like I say, the coming through a difficult time to get to that good thing can be a tricky road. It's a journey. It's a journey for a lot of people, and navigating that journey, well, that takes an awful lot. And it's not just relationships. It could be that you're aspiring for something and every day you take that one small step towards that goal, but it's so difficult and the end seems so far away. But when I talk about the end, I think, well, when we arrive at our destination sometimes, then we look to go to a different destination. I think that's part of the human condition. Being able to focus on our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, and pushing forward to what we ultimately desire and want. And our design on life has to be such that we are pushing forward, that we are getting what we want from life. And of course, the best things, the greatest things that we aspire for are never easy to acquire. They're not. And they very often are worth so much more if we've had to wait and struggle and literally push for the things that we want. It's a tough road, but this by design is part of the human condition. By definition, we will push forward and get what we want. That's if we are determined enough. And being determined enough is what it's all about, isn't it? Staying focused, pressing forward and going on. Now, an awful lot of people are successful in life. They are. I've read stats about Michael Jordan, the basketball player. Anybody that you can think of that is ultimately successful has had their success built on a foundation of failure. And that is the reality of life. Knowing that the struggle is there. It's not easy. The people we admire, the people we want to be like, they've had to go through fire to get to where they needed to be. So when you understand that about life, when you know that life and its complexities are there, it's arduous to say the least, but necessary, because we want what we want and we think it's going to make us happy. But does it ultimately make us happy? I don't know. Depends on the thing that you're aspiring to get or acquire. And if you do become successful, it's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? For me, though, it's always been very short-lived, because the feeling ultimately is given way to what's next. What can I go for next? What can I do next? And like I say, that's part of my DNA. It's part of my makeup. Going through a challenging period of your time to get to that good place, yeah, it's a struggle, life struggle, but again, very necessary. And when we get what we want, oh, it's just an amazing feeling, especially if you've tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed, and then you get it. It's lovely. And yeah, what a wonderful place to be. It really is. But it takes that transitional phase. Now, transitioning out of a difficult phase is not easy. It's tough. There's going to be tears. There's going to be injuries, emotional injuries. There's going to be tears. There's going to be upset. People are going to be upset. And the real value in the things that we really, really want in life takes an element of struggle. I really, really believe that. If it comes easy, it doesn't mean that it's worth as much as something that you've had to struggle for. The things that I've had to struggle for and fight for and get, well, these things have meant so much more to me because of that struggle. Coming out of that place of darkness builds strength, builds character. It makes you stronger, more resilient, more able to deal with things. Gosh, when I look back on it now, I just think when I was younger, I didn't have that much resilience, but I had a little bit more support around me then. And as I get older and I'm losing people and I'm moving up the food chain, I realise that I've got to get tougher, tough as old boots. If I can, I'm stronger. If I'm stronger, I'm more able to deal with the things that are coming my way. And that is what it's all about. Fortifying your position here so you can literally go the distance. And life and its challenges are never easy, but necessary because we grow as people. So if you're in a situation where you think, well, I've got to come out of this situation and move to something that's more better for me, then it will be pain. There will be difficulties and you'll have a struggle. But just dig deep, stay tough, stay strong, stay motivated. You'll get to the place you need to be. Just keep your eye on the prize. Recently, I had a struggle for something. I tried several times to get what I wanted, and I had about 4 or 5 doors closed on me. It was because of my persistence that I'm now in this viable position where I can acquire what I need. Now, I know that sounds rather vague, but it is true. And getting what you want doesn't mean giving up at the first hurdle. Getting what you want doesn't mean when somebody says no that you shouldn't get it. Very often it means you've got a struggle on your hands, but you'll get it, you'll get there. And if you do, you'll treasure it even more. It'll mean so much more. That challenge is up to you whether or not you pick it up and run with it. It will mean you having to say to yourself, the options are this, A, B and C. And picking the best option, which is A, and running with that is what it's all about. So anyway, I hope if you have anything like that in your life, that you are going to give it what you need and give it everything you got, okay? And in doing that, well, you'll acquire all the things that you want. And that will be the best thing. And you'll get to that lovely place. It's a struggle, but life is a struggle, and you'll be absolutely fine. Just know that there is only you at the end of the day, and there is only you and your determination to seek out the things that you need and you want. You do that, you'll be fine, and you'll have all the things that you really want. But it'll mean coming out of that difficult place, like I said at the beginning of the video. Navigating from that is never easy. So if you're on that journey, I wish you all the best, and it'll be worth it in the end. It really will. You'll get that thing that you want, and it'll be It'll be a pleasure to say to yourself, I came through this such difficult time. You can look back and feel proud of the fact that you stood tall and pressed ahead. So, there we are. That's it for today. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. I'll be back again tomorrow with an entirely different video. I'll see you then. Bye now.